Good morning. It is Thursday, September 18th, 2025, and it's a beautiful sunny September morning here in the Pacific Northwest. How is everybody doing? Hi, Sherry. Just having my coffee and getting ready to show you all some stuff. But first, let's start this morning with Chakra 5 scent. And for those of you just joining, I typically start every paint session with a lovely fragrance. And this is Aveda Chakra 5. And the way they explain it is authentic fusion with pure essential oils blended according to Ayurveda. And this one is essences of grapefruit, rosemary, and ylang-ylang leave one feeling well balanced. Ideal for use during yoga and meditation, but we're going to use it for painting. So take a breath. It is definitely that classic Aveda scent. If you walk by a Aveda shop, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's my favorite one of theirs, and I do find this scent very invigorating. So I wanted to start off with to show you some of the stuff I've been working on. But first, I painted a canvas. I've been working on these little canvases lately, and I painted one black because I wanted to show you. A friend of mine gave me this canvas, which was black, and I thought it was interesting to paint on black versus painting on white. It almost like inverted the way that I think about painting. And I thought it turned out kind of cool. It actually goes this way, but so I thought we would do one of those today. And I was working on these smaller pieces. Here's one I worked on last night. This is on a board, blank wood panel. And I think this one is done. And another one that I feel is done is this one. This is on a gallery depth panel, and it still has a tape on it. I might add a few things, like I'm not sure I like, maybe I don't like how this terminates, these pieces of collage terminate right here, but that one didn't stick. I wanted it to kind of go off the edge like that, and I was going to trim it later. So I'm using lots of collage. And this one is one I started last night. I'm just grabbing a couple others. So that one I don't think is quite done, but I like the composition so far. Here's one that is done, and I use this fabric paint, which I really like. It's super shiny. I don't know how to get that effect otherwise except to use a high gloss medium. And I don't have any high gloss medium because I try to avoid high gloss, but I do like it here and there on a piece. So this is also gallery depth, cradled panel. These are fun. And here is another one that is finished. This is on a little canvas. I just have to clean it up a little bit, and my husband's going to frame these for me. I think it goes that way. I don't know. Maybe it goes that way. Hi, Heather. You're back. That's awesome. And here's another that is finished. I think it goes this way. This is also on canvas, and I like to have, if I have a show, I like to have a bunch of stuff that's all the same size, and then just very consistent framing and consistent, so they look really nice together. And then those are the ones that I think are finished, and then I started this one, I think, on one of my episodes, which was the Pomodoro one. And I think we could probably work on this today. I want to sort of, I don't know, bring it together. It feels a little scattershot to me. And maybe even work on this one. I don't like the composition on this one. So I have a bunch of collage. I have limited materials today because I wanted to work with just a few colors, and those would be quinacridone magenta, primary yellow, and I have some cerulean blue, and white, of course. And I'm using white gesso. So try those colors and see what happens. What's going on in everyone's world this morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are? What's going on, Heather? What's new? This should be interesting with this colors. They look very primary to me. They almost look like CMY. This gesso you want to mix up because it settles on the bottom. Pour some of that. And if I want blacks or browns, I'm going to make them. All right, let's start on this. Ooh, it feels daunting, but first thing in the morning. Fresh black canvas. And fresh solid marker as well. It has a nice point on it still. It's not all like, let's see this one. Yeah, this is what they usually look like after a while. Hi, Becky from Central Coast, California. Ooh, sounds nice. You need recommendations for soft pastels. Ooh, hand rolled. Oh gosh, I have some downstairs. What is the brand that I use? I don't remember. I use just like Faber-Castell or something. That's the fun part, would be experimenting, because you can buy those small sample sized Faber-Castell. You don't have to buy the whole, 100 and whatever colors. Isn't that weird, just working reverse like this? So strange. I do like it though. When you say Central Coast, California, I'm imagining a nice sunny beach, maybe with some morning fog. I've been mixing some satin glazing liquids in my paints these days. It sort of brings the colors to life a bit. Okay. Oh, there's the geese. I can hear them. They're flying south. Yes, it is black gesso. I did not say. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, 30 minutes from the coast is not bad at all. I bet you still get a lot of that marine air though. It's pretty tasty. I like that. I wonder, I probably can't get this color, this sienna color from what I have, but I'm gonna try. I don't know if I can do it. That would be like magic. Let's see. Okay, we'll start with some yellow and some of this magenta. Actually, that's not far off even from that sienna, just those two together, which surprised me. That sienna. Yeah, it's a little pink, but I think I can, wow, it's really close. I think I can cool it down a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that wasn't magic. Or maybe it was magic. Look at that. Oh, cool. Okay. That's what I wanted. I think the interesting thing about the black background is that it makes me want to keep some of that black background. I don't want to cover over all of it, which is something that I don't necessarily do in my white background paintings, which I probably should. These three colors, I'm getting a lot of variations. I can get pink. Look at that, pink. I'm gonna add a little yellow to that. Pink. Let's see. Some collage, but it's too wet to collage right now. Let's see. I know I like these circles. I don't want to ruin them, but I might. Let's see. Thanks, Barbara. I mean, I was thinking about that. Barbara was saying I'm so brave. I was just thinking about that the other day, and it's like, what was I thinking? It was like, I think if you don't, like, if you experiment with being brave, it gets easier and it doesn't feel like bravery anymore. It just feels like you're painting the composition you want. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of go for it, or else you'll just be stuck. Stuck. Not moving forward. Yeah, experimenting is good, and maybe working on cheaper materials at first so you can be brave. Like, these canvases are super cheap. I got a bunch of them, like a stack of them, for, I don't even remember how much, but I know they were not very expensive, and they're fun to just pop open. I keep them under the cabinet here, and I have just like a bunch of them. If you feel like working on canvas, of course, there's always paper. Let's put that aside for now and let it dry, and we can work on it later. A giant teacup? Where? I don't see the teacup. I do like oh, right here. I like mugs and cups. Those are nice shapes. Let's try to do something with this. I need more blue and more yellow. Okay, should probably mix more of this color. So let me do that. Show you how I did it. I took magenta, quinacridone magenta, yellow, and that gets me really close right there. It's amazing to me. It's really close. I'm gonna add a little blue, a little more yellow. Okay. Now I wonder if I can make something black from these colors. I bet I can get close. I do like this sort of washy black, but I think I'm gonna have to mix all of these equal parts. Yeah, so I'm getting like a weird olive green, but that's okay, I like it. I think that will contrast nicely in here. Oh, I see some bright green, that's interesting. Sometimes if I see like a little mistake, I will add to it. Huh. I don't know. It's weird. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Lovely color. This is like a beautiful olive green that I got from mixing these three colors together in equal parts. Oh, I also really like this peachy color in here. Let's see if I can mix that too. It's almost like I can mix any colors with those three. Peach. A peach color, let's see. I've already got pink going on here. If I add a little yellow. Too much yellow. There we go. It's closer. Interesting. Let's see. I have this box tied with string for texture. Let's see if this does anything fun. I don't know. Okay. So I don't know if it's dry enough yet. Let's see. Maybe. This is a really great exercise for color mixing. I I was surprised that I can get so many colors from these three. Oh, that's nice. That's fun. I'm going to push that a little more. I like it. But if you think about CMYK, it's pretty much these three colors, which is, I think, printing ink colors. Let's see here. This would probably work better if it was dry, but I'm getting a pretty interesting effect, I think. Yeah. Let's see, this color shaper. Ooh, really is not dry. Yeah, this palette is really fun. Thanks, Barbara. I probably need to let this dry a little bit. Oh no. Well, happy accident. Blue, yeah, I could try some blue. Let's do it. Let's try some blue. Let's see. What kind of blue, though? That's the question. How large do I paint? I've been painting 5-foot paintings downstairs in the studio, 3-foot, 4-foot, 5-foot square and rectangular paintings. I do have an episode you can see me paint. It's called A Large Yellow Painting. If you want to check out some of my episodes, it's a fairly large painting. I think it's 4 feet by 3 feet. Okay. Blue. I don't know about this cyan, but let me see what kind of blues I can get here with this Cerulean. That's very green. Yeah, I'm trying to get a cooler blue. I don't know how I'm going to do that. There's yellow in this blue, so I'm going to start over. That's much cooler right there. Very almost purple. I'm getting a cornflower blue. I think that would be really nice in this painting. It's just where to put it, is the question. Interesting. How do I decide on warm or cool? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of warm already in here, so that if, you know, we're going to push the contrast in the colors, I just wanted to go cool. Because, you know, warm this, warm this, and warm this. And now this green is bothering me. So. Interesting. I'm going to leave it. I don't want to push my luck too much. The only thing I need to do is I'm just going to scrape through it a little bit. Maybe with this. Yeah, I like this better than how it started. This one is problematic. Problematic because there's things I like about it, but there's so much I don't like about it. So what do I keep? I don't know. I think I might have to do something dramatic. Like, I don't like this big blue shape in the middle. There's some nice greens in here, you know, like, make up my mind. Let's try some of that yellow green. Let's see if I can make that. I bet I can. Really pale. Yeah. better already, right? This palette is so versatile. I'm amazed. Last night in the studio, I made a bunch of textures on paper and tissue paper, and they're just all over the floor down there. Sometimes when I want to put down a piece of collage, I really want it to pop against the background, so I'll push the background either darker or lighter, which is what I'm going to do right now. I don't usually like these candy colors, so I'm probably going to tone it back a bit. I really like this green right here. I wonder if I can mix that green. Let's see. Start with the blue. I'll add some of this green, yellow, pink. Yeah, oh, I can get any color from this palette. It's insane. Yeah, look at that. Anything pretty, that's pretty close right there. Wow, I love it. Let's see. The thing is about these small canvases, you really have to think like your composition has to be super, like you don't want a lot of little noodly bits because it's such a small place to look. I really also like this color right here, this like creamy, dirty paper color. So let me see if I can make that. My friend sent me an Instagram video reel of this guy in India who's like mixing paints on the street, and people will give him stuff and he'll just match it on the fly. It's kind of what I feel like right now. That's too yellow. It's still too yellow. Or needs to, that's a pretty close. Pretty close, yeah. I think that's close. Okay. I'm gonna leave it. Just let it dry. I was gonna add some collage to it, but I don't know. I don't know if it needs it. Maybe a little something. Thanks, Heather. I'm glad you like it. I think, and then, you know, come back to it later when it's dry and it's you know, matches the sort of series that I'm working on. I think these would be fun together. This is the first one I worked on, and let's see. that's kind of nice. There. Oh, sorry. I saw that you just said see the giant mug, and I probably just covered right over it. Oh, I do. Yes, I see it now. Giant. Sorry, I just saw your comment. Yeah, but mugs are really lovely shapes for composition. Maybe some of that sienna color. Let's try that. I bet that'll be nice. So I've already got some mixed here. Make some more. I don't know. It almost looks like, what is that? I'm forgetting, like a quinacridone something. It's like a transparent color. That's fun. Look at that. Getting kind of wacky here, but I like it. My water's really dirty, but sometimes if you, I'll just do it anyway, if you soak your paper, like I just dumped it in water, it makes it soft and it makes it easier to apply to a canvas. I'm going to use some matte medium here. Ooh, too much. Oh my goodness. Wow, that came out really fast. You missed the mouse. What mouse? Was there a mouse? Oh, you saw a mouse. I didn't even notice a mouse. Sorry, no more mouse. But I do have a kitty cat here. Hi, kitty cat. I don't know, I kind of like this. I'm going to leave it and let it dry and come back to it. I've been doing this thing where I don't try not to overwork things too much, but yeah, so if you're just joining, we worked with 3 colors today. Basically CMY, yellow, magenta, and cyan, magenta, and yellow. Which was quinacridone magenta, primary yellow, and cerulean blue. And it's a cerulean blue hue, which because it's Winsor Newton, it's really nice, even though it's just a hue. And this one I started on a black canvas. And then this one is not done. I think it still needs a little bit more contrast and stuff, but these are all the colors that we got from those 3, which, I mean, it's miraculous. It's amazing. I got any color I wanted, pretty much. And then I worked on gallery depth board like that. So they're still wet, a little dry, and then maybe I'll post them to my posts section on my YouTube page. And thank you so much. That was really fun. I had a blast, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.